Alright, we're gonna give this game a chance to speak for itself. There's a little bit of an opening cutscene, and we respect video games here. So we're gonna let it play out, and then I'll talk a little bit about what I'm planning for this stream, why I'm doing this, and all that fun stuff. Should be a good game to talk over.
Our world is long since shattered, but hope still flickers in our darkest dreams. Few would guess that our fate would be decided upon the Oneric Isles, an almost forgotten archipelago of the southern sky realms. On these uncanny islands, the apostatic union, power-drunk after slaughtering their once exalted gods, maintains but a paltry presence. Under their negligent gaze, the deep forests and dark places teem with cutthroats, cultists, and worse. In the desolate, endless realm, poor souls languish undying in decrepit mausoleums, yearning for their lost mortality, while the Clockwork Kingdom, ruled by the crooked logic of its manufactured monarch, strives to transform not just the realm, but reality itself. All these regions have their part to play in this unfolding story, but it begins fathoms below, in the Underlands, a ruinous wasteland where none can draw breath for long. It is here that a secret waits to be uncovered by someone whose dreams burn brighter than any. But will those dreams kindle into a radiant destiny, or will we burn in the folly of delusion?
Indeed, because delusion will drag you down to the bottom. If you think that you can make it as a streamer, that's a delusion. If you think that this life is easy, you're delusional. I'm kidding, a little bit. But hey, I'm here playing Dread Delusion today. Open world RPG came out this year, kind of got an old school art style. Focused heavily on exploring an open world. I figured this would be an easier game to talk over than... Yesterday, I had a lot of fun streaming Needy Streamer Overload, but that game has a lot of dialogue that I have to read, and it isn't great for, like, commentating over.
The world was long ago broken, its surface cursed. You are a dweller of the sky realms, drifting islands that cradle the last of human civilization. Here, in the dank cell of an Inquisition ship, you ruminate on your past.
I figured
Dreams
since...
of childhood slip through your mind. Was your fate sealed?
I figured since this game is like an open world exploring based RPG, it'd be a lot easier to find places to talk and speak and show my personality. So the plan for the next little bit is to juggle these games back and forth. I'll do a day of Dread Delusion, a day of Needy Streamer, a day of Dread Delusion, a day of Needy Streamer, and it'll give me a chance to explore different kinds of content and different opennesses to discuss. So that's the plan, but first we have to engage with the game a little bit, and not just me. So, Brawler, the idea of battle captivates you. It always has. You started by smashing sticks, before long you were clashing swords. There was never any question. You were a fighter, through and through. Urchin, growing up, you were nobody. Just another malnourished child, clogging the city. Without the street gang, you'd have died like the rest. They taught you to see what others didn't, to slip in where others couldn't. They caught you to survive. Apprentice. As a child of remarkable promise from an unremarkable family, your parents sold you to a passing scholar. Your youth was spent copying tomes till your hands bled. But what you read, you did not forget. Noble. As a child of noble birth, you were dining with foreign dignitaries before you could walk. You learned manners and etiquette, but more than anything, tenacity. For the glittering halls of Ryova can be more cutthroat than the darkest of alleys. Okay, so this is just deciding a little bit of our personal history, as well as some starting stats for us. So, I think... Let's see. Health, attack and defense, guile, stamina, lockpick, agility, wisdom, mana lore and spellcast, and persona, govern charms and barter. I like the idea of being good at lockpicking in an exploration-focused game. But I'm gonna go out in a hope and a prayer here that maybe the magic system in this game is cool. And we love a cool magic system here in this house. Ooh, persona though. I wonder how good... No, you know what?
The body grew, the mind sharpened. For a while, you excelled.
Adventurer, the first chance you set out on your own, traveling the sky realms, stowing on a ship and sleeping out of the stars. You learned much of the world, but you also learned how to defend yourself, as the open road is not for the faint-hearted. Aetherist, you proved adept with machinery, so the Aetherist Guild took you to as an apprentice. You learned hermetic magic to seal a ship so it may touch the cosmos, but also the simple logic of locks and traps. Scholar, being accepted into prestigious Beyond University, you learned of ancient gods, dead cities, and the language of the universe. But above all, you looked beyond the obvious, to find the hidden truth of all things. And Counselor, your treaties and polemics showed a promise. You gained a position in a council in Ryoba, the political heart of the apostatic union. Before long, you were hurling opinions into deafening debates. Interesting. I'm just going to check back real quick and see if everyone gets these same... No! Okay. These are all, like, subclasses unique to the... Okay. We're going to be an apprentice aetherist to get the best of both worlds. We'll get the increased of mental stats, but we'll also start off pretty decent at lockpicking. Our goal is to learn the secrets of airships. We may live among the stars.
Showed. Your guard slipped. The mistake was grave. The Inquisition had your scent.
Temple Raider. After learning of a powerful artifact in an ancient temple, you set up to attain it. You train to defend yourself against the like of traps and monsters, but not to evade the Inquisition, who forbid the plunder of such places. Hunted. In your studies you learned a forbidden word, a word whispered only in the dark that opened unseen doors. Before you knew it, you were hunted by a shadowy organization, forced to flee for your life. Ambitious Caster. You were always adept at spellcraft, but eventually it became an obsession. You wrote a spell of such complex cipher logic that when cast it tore a hole in the veil of reality, making you a wanted criminal overnight. And Bookseller. You opened a bookshop in Ryoba, an emporium of knowledge frequented by the most learned folk in the apostatic union. But when word got out that you stocked forbidden texts, the Inquisition showed you no mercy. Cool. All these are pretty rad backstories. I mean, these two are pretty basic. Hunted or Bookseller? We already took lockpicking. It feels weird to double up on agility. But do I really care about buy low, sell high? Not really. I'm not a commerce guy. Maybe I'll double dip in the spell stuff. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're in... This is an Elder Scrolls-ass start. We wake up in a dungeon. You there? Can you tell me where I am? How I've found my way here? No? Okay. He must be napping. He must be napping. What a tough day it must have been for you. Aw, the little flies. Look at the little pixel art flies. I always love a aesthetic that mixes 2D and 3D assets. And this game seems to do it in an interesting way. The chain is 2D with the 3D manacles. The flies are 2D around a 3D body. These walls are flat textures on a 3D model. It's an interesting level of blending. Oh, they just left the door open. What a shoddy prison. I could run this place much better. I intend to... Hello, Warden. I'm just picking a different cell today, that's all. I figured pilfered 3 pixies. Those are just sitting there. That was not a crime. I pilfered nothing. And don't you dare to imply. Hey, buddy. Is my term limit up? Is that why the door was unlocked? You know, you could have let me out yourself. Prisoner 17. You have been marked for temporary release. The High Confessor will see you in the central chamber. Do not keep her waiting. Why am I being released? Only the High Confessor can answer that. But I calculate there is an 8 in 10 chance you'll be granted the honor of a glorious and sanctifying death. I was a prisoner like you, but the Inquisition, in its generosity, has made me so much more. Cipher magic runs through my veins. My sins have been cleansed. I am a servant of the Inquisition now. And they clearly trust you so much with that rad spike collar around your neck. Must be really comfy to turn your head like this while wearing that, huh? Okay. High Confessor has a job. Can I just pop out here? And, oh, that looks like death, actually. That's just empty sky down below, huh? Okay. You know what? We might go talk to this High Inquisitor after all. Maybe she'll share her stash with us. I'll inquire about that as quick as I can. Hello, Miss Iron Maiden. The device lurches on unstable legs, thick blood oozing from its seams with each shuddering movement. A woman's voice, hoarse and raspy, echoes from within the device. Your service is required, prisoner 17. That's not my name. A cackle laughed. You forfeited the right to a name when you betrayed the apostatic union. A number is all you deserve. But I offer you a chance of penance, an opportunity to atone for your vulgar crimes. I am the High Confessor of this Inquisition Combat Tribunal. We are tracking the most dangerous of criminals, and you will help us. What's in it for me? You should be glad of such a righteous opportunity to serve penance. But success could bring benefits, even your freedom. So, listen closely. Our target's whereabouts have been known for some time. A backwater archipelago on the very fringes of Union territory. Known as the Honoric Isles, these flying islands are host to a manor of outcasts and miscreants. We arrived a few hours ago, but met with fierce resistance. Our target is in the Blinding Light Fortress, the last remaining holdout of the Dark Star mercenaries. For our quarry is their leader, the notorious Velacolos. Never heard of her. She is the daughter of Admiral Kolos, groomed for command, but she set off on her own to found a warband of thieves and pirates. The Dark Stars were tolerated in the Union until Vera became enthralled with delusions of grandeur. Claimed she could create some sort of heaven. Before you go, take this Inquisition journal. A mechanical arm thrusts a peculiar device in your direction. It will keep track of your mission. My drones can offer guidance. And closer to the Binding Light, Inquisitor Ignivis can assist you further.
Oh, and don't try to run. These flying islands are unstable, and many a fool has fallen to their death.
Cool, cool. Listen. Gonna take my chances with that. War bands seem just as dangerous as flying islands. But hey, love the trust. Thanks, doll. I'm gonna hit the road and totally get back to you on all this bandit hunting stuff. Hold on, I chose a really rough voice to do for it. Described it as raspy. It wasn't. I didn't quite do a feminine raspy, but I did a raspy. You have to wet me whistle after that. Alright, what's up, brother? Damaged doors can be broken with a weapon. There's a chest next to me. Pick up the sword, then press the inventory key to open your journal. Navigate to the equipment panel and equip the sword into one of your weapon slots. Lastly, remember to press the attack key to unholster your weapon. Though this is a meager task, I calculate there's a 1 in 20 chance you will somehow perish in the attempt. 5% baby, easy. I take these odds every day. Rusty sword, poor, 5 damage. Okay. What is the inventory key? Options? Oh, controls, hold on. WASD, space, shift, C... interact, attack, spell, item, block. Okay, menus, inventory, tab, cool, thanks. Equip, yes, excellent. I have no delusions. Hey, that's better than I expected. I dreaded that I had a lot. Wisdom 3, Guile 2, 1, Might 1, Persona 1. Persona 1? What an old, janky game. Why? Okay. So these are my, like, history tags. Seems to be room to pick up more. Okay, 25 lockpick, 35 spellcast, 15 lore. Pardon me. Okay, so each point seems to give me 5 to the stat. And then I got 20 from my base. I wonder if these just go up naturally as I use them, or if I can only get them from stat upgrades in the future. We'll have to find out. Okay. Hell yeah. Can I break the floors too? Oh, that's not important. We're out! Potion! What kind of potion? Health potion. Restore your health. This potion is brewed from the eye of Pegathurd. Pegath? From the eye of some herb, and hastens the body's restorative functions. Prescribed by most doctors, one of the few treatments that is more good than harm. Okay, so this is a medieval plague doctor situation. I gotta watch out for... Okay, hold on. No. Can I... Yeah, let's crank that up to like 4.1, baby. Much better. That was so slow and janky. Okay. Mana potion. Sick. Didn't even bother to read the description of that one. Hey, Mr. Robot. Are you one of the drones this lady talked about? Can you help me with my quest? Can I... You know, it's probably a good thing that he moved and I missed. Probably would not have went well. Can I harvest anything? Yo. Hold on. Let's get a look at this world around. I'm already loving the vibe here. Sky... What have we here? Another wretched soul caught in the Inquisition's web, no doubt. Tell me, has your High Confessor sent you off to die? Are you a ghost? She smiles, gesturing at herself. Are you shocked by a little apparition? My, you won't get far if that's the case. Well, stranger, you'd best watch yourself out there. Mark my words, something's brewing on these islands. The stage is set, the curtains drawn, and the performance is set to bring the house down. And yet something tells me you have your own role to play. Well, it's a role-playing game. I certainly hope I have a role, ma'am. But more importantly, look at this world. Giant mushrooms, sky islands, trees in the distance. It's very rare that you get a fantasy world that isn't just like generic medieval Europe. This is like an alien-ass world. Are those cracks in the sky, or is that some planet in the distance? What is it that I'm looking at exactly? Mysteries abound, and I have not the lore skill to discover it. Can boxes be... Boxes cannot be destroyed. Okay, understood. We gotta learn the rules of this alien world if we're gonna operate within it. I can't seem to jump over these, but I may just be lacking in the agility skill to do so. It did say that the agility skill influenced jump height, after all. So, probably a good thing that I can't... Oh yeah, look, I can definitely clip over these. Okay. Yo, can I, like, jump down to that probably too much of a gap? I wonder if that's just decoration, or if that's all explorable area down there. The first little bit of an open world game like this is always about discovering the rules of the world that you found yourself into. So a lot of this early gameplay is just going to be me like bumping into stuff, checking things out, seeing what is interactable. And I see that I have interacted with some currency here. Most good. I wonder if all those things up there then are like loot pods that I can crash into the ground and strip for all their... Why is that tree undulating like it's like liquid or electric? What flows through you, mighty blue wood? Is it life? Is it death? Is it power? Is it regret? Okay, that appears to be like gaseous, since it's like not connected to anything within the... Maybe it's like a web? I don't know. This art style is interesting, but it doesn't really give a lot of detail to what I'm... Hey buddy, you just a human skull floating around? You just hanging? You've glimpsed a glimmer of delusion. Collect more to gain a full delusion. So delusions are something I want? I want to be delusional? You're right. Life's happier when you're delusional. I am a good streamer. I am gonna succeed on YouTube. People will come to love my content. Yeah, I'm already feeling it. I already feel the power. Stamina potion. Hey buddy. What are you? You just a decoration? There's a lot of faces in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 souls of the damned. Oh, there's... Yeah, that's about 8 arms, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. At least they use, like, you know, every part of the animal, right? Not just the souls, but the flesh as well. Okay. We're gonna hope that's not our problem. What other stuff do we have in your inventory menu? Potions. No. Can I, like, equip these to a hotbar somewhere? Spells? No spells. Okay, I have a 35 spellcasting skill. I should probably have some spells, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Let's learn some more controls. Actions. R for item. F for block. Right mouse button for spell. Okay. Switch item is Z. Cool. Switch weapon is Q. Switch spell is control. Okay. Cool. Z's a little awkward, but we can figure that out. And then control to switch spell, and then Q to switch weapon. Okay. I should probably find some of those things before I... Whoa, what's that sound? What was block? F to block? F to block. I hear combat happening. I don't see combat happening. Oh, it's one of those drone boys. Got some items. I don't love the pilfered language still. I feel like I'm just scavenging. I'm looting. Nothing. I see no owners abound. And really, this is Inquisition land, and I've been giving an Inquisition quest, so... Cool, a throwing knife. Hey, buddy. The road ahead is patrolled by Darkstar mercenaries. I strongly recommend sneaking through the mushrooms to avoid combat. It's not that I doubt your skills, Prisoner 17. I simply calculate a 3 in 5 chance you will die horribly. Remember, direct conflict is usually avoidable. Be on the lookout for ways to sneak past tough enemies. I'm a tough enemy to anyone I see, okay? You just gotta believe in me, hey, bud. Some nice armor you got there. Or is that like just a bra? Okay. So this symbol means scary enemies. Mercenaries squatting a bunch of dead bodies. Is there like a map? You've not found any map charts. I see. Okay. We're just gonna pass on our merry way over here. I don't have a compass either, so it's kind of hard to orient myself within this world. That's gonna be rough to get used to. I wonder if I can, like, assassinate one of these fools? Oh shit, they saw me. Think they saw me? Oh, they're gone as fuck. Where'd they go? Yeah, look, they're pathing over here. Shit. Okay, they lost sight of me when I... Okay. Okay, it's Metal Gear rules. The enemies, never forget you as soon as you break line of sight. They go, like, oh, it must have just been the wind. We're good. We're good. We're so good. No one's ever been as good as we are. Oh, so out, so safe. I did kind of want to assess how powerful a powerful foe was, but... But for now, we're gonna play it on the safer side. This guy looks like some bitch-ass basic boy zombie. I bet we can take... Ooh, what's up there, though? Can I save? Options? I appear to have no manual save option. I wonder when autosaves happen. I want to see what's up there. That looks like the kind of place where you put loot. And especially with all these guys patrolling and guarding around. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of a risk. And we're going to sneak back up here to see if there's some looties. And if they see us, we'll just book it. We'll just fucking... Yeah. This is so fun. We're so good. Yeah. Mercenaries, please. Mercenaries have at least some perception. I bet you've got like a fucking -2 to your whiz modifier. Yeah. Whoa. Hello. You're a rad little flower. Are you gonna kill me if I get close, or... Jitter seed, a potent seed that vibrates in one's hand, can be used as an alchemy ingredient. The volatile nature of herb makes it ideal for restorative potions and poisons alike. It is prized in the criminal gangs of Slev. Alright, I'll keep in mind whenever in Slev. Okay, a Kurikiri. The in-game model looked way different than the art, but... We'll have ourselves a thing we can throw. And then can I hop this gap in the fence here? I feel like I'm so close to hopping it. But I just don't quite make it. What if I take like an angle here? Yeah. You know what? We're gonna go back to crouching. Because those guys, I shouldn't be jumping like, hey, look at me, guys. I'm here having a fun time. Why you gonna beat me up? Although, they're kind of like, they got kind of like a feminine figure to them. They might be baddies. Maybe I should let those girls beat me up. Choke me out with their thigh. Okay, you know what? We're getting delusional again, I dread. Let's head on over here to the bridge and go fight something our own weight class, yeah? One little clash with their swords will probably break right through this rusty-ass blade. And that sign says combat. You there, beast. Okay, maybe you're a friend, actually. Okay, we're chilling. Cool. Ammunition? But I don't got a bow. Bow me up, brother. Our agent is dying, but they might still be of use. You may have to charm them to gain their trust. The agent may take some convincing. You have been a prisoner for some time. I can no longer smell, but there is a high probability that you emit a foul stench. Not that bad. Some people would say it's a pleasant musk, okay? Success relies on your charm skill, which is derived from the persona attribute. Hey, are you one of the locals? Look, just leave me be. I've failed the Inquisition. I'd rather die in peace. I'm here to help. Your Inquisition has tasked me with capturing Cabela Kalos. Oh my, I recognize you now. You're one of the prisoners. Gods, the Inquisition must really be desperate. You know you're gonna die, right? Those bastards wiped out our whole echelon. If you insist on this fool's errand, you might find some supplies in my crashed drop pod. Follow the river upstream, and you should find it, by the waterfall. Thank you, soldier. Your death will not be in vain. Should I, like, mercy kill you? The other one walking around might not like that. So just, enjoy bleeding out in peace, brother in arms. For the Inquisition, or whatever the fuck. You're a little bloody, but okay. Up the river and by the waterfall. Can I swim? Hell yeah, I can swim. Again, I was given permission by the owner to come get these supplies. Pilfered is not the word. Pilfered is an insult, honestly. So, like, what's your deal other than being a fucking baddie? Look at those booty cheeks. Booty, clapping everywhere. Sorry, I like my girls with a little more personality, though. You should probably, like, say something, like anything. Man, where do these drop pods keep coming from? Okay, another throwing knife. The in-game model looks like a Kurikuri, but then the art in the inventory looks like a kunai. To progress, you must unlock this door. You will need a lockpick to begin. You should find an ample supply next to me. When picking a lock, there is always a chance you will fail and the lockpick will break. To pick locks more easily, increase your lockpicking skill. Mechanical locks are not the only security measure you will come across. There is an art to disguising secrets through magical means. Okay, ample supply next to you. Cool. I'd like to see that ample supply, please. I got a few lockpicks with me, but those are mine, you know? Those are for my joy, my use. You should give me a... Okay, whatever then. It needs to roll a 3, and I rolled a 3! Okay, so it's a 50-50 lock. I wonder if that dice roll goes down as I increase my lockpicking skill, or... In this room, the candlesticks on the wall have been enchanted to seal a secret passage. To dispel them, you will need enough lore skill. The incantation will also deplete your mana slightly. A single passageway may need several switches. Always be mindful of your surroundings. Okay. And I'm pretty good at lore. Okay, that didn't even visibly move my mana bar. Hold on, let me keep an eye on it. Yeah, literally did not budget at all. Maybe they did it like that so that, like, you couldn't get hard stuck at this point. But I don't know. Oh, look, I saw that mark on the ground, and I was like, where's the crash pod? It's totally gonna fall down. Let me back up a little bit, but No, that's just a smoking hole in the ground. Maybe a geyser of some kind? It smoke's a little dark for that. Okay. That looks like progress, but this is a tutorial sign, so I don't know how to feel. Your current status is represented by 3 stats. Health, mana, and stamina. To restore your stats, rest in a bed or drink a potion. Okay, so there's no natural mana or stamina gain. Oh, there is natural stamina gain. But I seem to be, like, hard-capped? Only some of it regenerates. Interesting. I wonder if it's, like, 50% of what I use regenerates, or... Okay, there's gotta be some sort of, like, magic that I do to this when I get spells. This is the second of these that I just found alone in a cave. That's sussy as fucky. And, we're gonna gather the Council of Bakas and figure out exactly what to do about it later. Until then, we shall continue up the ramp to explore this interesting world. Hey bud. You're some sort of Inquisition base, are you? Hey, I'll totally check with you in a sec. I just feel like my destiny is up here. Like there is some treasure that will carry me through the... Oh, okay. Are you ever a treasure? Oh. You smell that, prisoner 17? These Inquisition ships shall run an odorless cipher magic. State-of-the-art from those boffins at the Erudite Academy. No, I was actually talking about mushroom spores. I've never seen this many mushrooms in my life. Such wide stalks, such healthy gills. Ah, and such potent spores. We have mushroom forests back home in Lundell, but nothing like this. Prisoner 17, if you get back alive, remind me to get a batch of scryshroom tea from my wife. They make it here in the Onoric Isles, and I hear it's to die for. Ah, where are my manners? Inquisitor Ignavius of the 12th Inquisitional Tribunal, pleased to meet your acquaintance. I see I'm in good company, prisoner. That's the Blinding Light, the fortress of Velikolos, leader of the Dark Star mercenaries. The High Confessor told me you'd be joining the assault, and not a moment too soon. We need all the help we can get. I've sent all my agents, but so far none have reported back. We expected heavy fighting, but it seems those Darkstar ruffians are a tougher bunch than we gave them credit for. Your orders are to capture Vela alive. A tall order, I'll admit, but I think you're up to the job, prisoner. So, any questions? Is there a way I can Ah, the sneaky sort, are we? Well, you're in luck. My agents reported there's a side entrance to the right of the fortress, which leads into a maintenance tunnel of some sort. I'm sure the Dark Star laid plenty of traps, but surely nothing you couldn't disarm with a deft hand, eh? Once you're inside, you could try and avoid detection by keeping to the walls. These old Glad War forts have plenty of nooks and crannies, so just keep quiet and out of sight, yes? Yes, I'm sure you have plenty of questions. What do you not to know? Ah, because rigorous labor is a tonic for the ills of one's mind. We're not like some common judiciary back in Union homeland, where prisoners are thrown in a pit with a scrap of moldy bread, no matter their crime. We recognize the twisted intellect of our guests. And if we could untwist that reason with the right application of punitive employment, we will have enlightened the world just a little. We're also authorized to use any method at our disposal where a mission is going. Ah, how do they say it in Slev? Udders up. Ah, tits up, you mean. Tell me about Vela.
Vela Colosse. Now that's a name that'll make hairs stand on end. She's the daughter of old Admiral Colosse of the apathetic Union Navy, but instead of following in her father's footsteps, she founded the most accomplished mercenary band since the God War. Sure, she's currently the most wanted criminal in the Union, but you have got to hand it to her. For years, the Union itself relied on Vela and her Dark Stars to do the jobs the Navy were unwilling or unable to do themselves. It's a pity she turned down such a dark path. In the latter years of the Dark Stars, the number of villainous deeds far exceeded those of noble intent. Well, there was the Astral College heist in Bione, where they made off with an artifice star among many other priceless treasures. What's an artifice star, dude? That sounds cool as fuck. You guys make your own stars here? Then there was the sinking of the merchant freighter Popinjay, and all those hostages slaughtered at the siege of Saracoloko. I could go on. In the end, they say she lost the plot, started yammering about some sort of heaven. The Inquisition ruled that this was tantamount to cultism. Article 112 claims of a religious nature, and warranted her arrest. Of course, I think the polymaths over in Ryova had wanted her gone long before all of this. Got too big for her boots, and finally they had their warrant. Even Vela's own mercs got so riled up they mutinied against her. She's been hiding out here for years, but the Inquisition finally got the go-ahead to make a move. So here we are. What do you think of the High Confessor? Many in the Inquisition think it is a travesty that the Confessor, that is, a prisoner still serving their penance, has been granted control of an entire tribunal. Normally it would be the job of a High Inquisitor. Indeed, there's also the nature of her crimes and how they relate to the very criminals she has been tasked to apprehend. But personally, I think despite her quirks, she's proved herself to be one of the most accomplished agents within our rank. Splendid! Was there anything else? Do you see that big, great cannon looming overhead? That's part of the Blinding Light Fortress, and is where you will need to get to. Just stride into that main gate, making sure to slay any pesky Dark Stars that get in your way. Once you're in the compound, find a lift mechanism that will take you up the battlements. That's where Vela has been holed up. We've established a small boot camp, of course, just here. I always make sure to remind my combat echelon of the fundamentals before a tricky mission, so you'll find plenty of target dummies and tutorial signs just below. That's the spirit prisoner. I'm sure you'll make short work of those ruffians. And when you're done, be sure to check in with me after the mission. I've taken quite an interest in these Onoric Isles of late, and I'm sure I can fill you in with plenty of useful tidbits. Once again, I chose the fucking worst voice to do like a fucking 10-minute conversation. Num 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 num. Sorry for just how... I hope my nums were louder than the glass clinking onto my mousepad, but... if not, I do apologize. This base camp was used as a staging ground by our Inquisition agents. It was highly useful for them to brush up on their skills before they all went and got themselves slaughtered by Vela's mercenary. We would recommend using the training dummies to practice your swordplay. It may marginally increase the time between now and your inevitable demise. Okay. Tutorial sign. Crystal points restore mana. Use the home spell to return to your rest crystal point visited. Home spell? New spell! Yay! Okay. Tabby. Swordy. No. Armory? No. Bookie, yeah. Return home. So I may now right-click to teleport back to this. I need another spell to equip. I'll accidentally hit that at some point, and it will suck. Your attack damage depends on your current stamina. The lower your stamina, the less damage you'll do.
Your maximum stamina also depletes slowly over time. If it reaches half its original value, you can fatigue, reducing all stats. You be restored by sleeping in a bed or using stamina. So I'm already fatigued then? 6 damage. Hold block reduce incoming enemy damage. Time block just acts on you will parry. Successful parries negate all damage. Ow. Fuck. Okay, sorry, my bad. Ow, okay, fuck, my bad. Ow, okay, fuck, my bad. Block, okay. God, I just want to learn the parry window, okay? Ow, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Parried! Okay. Is this a bed? It's not a bed. It's a cot. Definitively different from a bed. Okay. Parrying tough. It's not like another Crab's Treasure where I can block and then parry. So I gotta read. Oh, Delusion Glimmer. Hello. Collect more to gain a full delusion. Okay. So scrolling through items was this. We'll drink a stamina potion so that we're not fatigued. Hopefully we find more of them soon. Doesn't seem to be a bed around, so that seems like it was a good show. Oh. Shit. Hello, Miss Apparition. See that looming fortress? It struck fear into the hearts of many who were braver and stronger than you, stranger. It was made in the God War, so the apostatics named it the Blinding Light to ridicule the gods they planned to butcher. Ironic that it should fall into the hands of someone so blinded by ambition and zeal. For Vela has claimed it in pursuit of her own twisted heaven, and the Blinding Light now turns its guns towards the faithless souls who made it. Tell me, stranger, if a hated enemy stood between you and your most cherished ideal, would you strike them down? Would you have the arrogance to take a life in pursuit of your fantasy? It depends on the belief. Probably if push comes to shove, yeah. At least you're the honest sort, and you're hardly alone. The Skyrealms were stained with the blood of those who stood on the wrong side of history. Even the gods proved fallible in the end. Still, I fear in a world such as this, such a heart will only see you dead in a gutter by the sword of someone far less scrupulous. I mean, I admitted I was a killer. What do you mean calling me scrupulous? Listen, I do what needs to be done, okay? Sometimes it comes at a heavy spiritual cost, but we make personal sacrifices for the greater good. Eye of Pagath. Now I'll do like an eyeball. It can be used as an alchemy ingredient. Named after the legendary god Pagath, the herb is well known for its healing properties. Okay. So I now have 2 items that say they were used to make healing stuff. So perhaps I may craft some sort of potion if I find an alchemy station. Or perhaps alchemy is something you can just do wherever, whenever? Okay, I can equip 6 items. I can only equip 3 spells. Need more spell cast to unlock this slot. Okay. 6, so I can get more slots. I have no armor, side weapons, or rings. These are my stats. Does it say how close? One more glimmer and I'll have a delusion. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Cool. Hopefully we can find one in this castle then, and we can get well and delusional. They said the right side had a secret doorway in, right? So let's flank around the left and see what's up. Oh, hello. Mercenaries, some sort of alchemy region, a stamina potion. Is there fall damage in this game? Okay. Herodoxicus. An impossible flower seems to shift between different shapes. Can be used in alchemy ingredients.
seem to defy the very principles of reality, often appearing differently depending on how it is observed. Oh shit, 2-on-1, huh? Okay, let's go. Oh, fuck, okay. We gotta play this smart. Okay. You have like a danger skull, but you weren't that big. You weren't that big a threat. I still do damage even when I hit their shield, so that's sick. Okay, let's regen our stamina a little bit. Let's do like a charge attack. Oh, repaw. Aha! On guard, ye foul. Ye foul. Get this throwing knife. Oh, dude, I could have easily fought those guys before. What were we even scared of, homie? Life's easy. Especially when you're a fucking badass like me. This one looks like it's like lootable. What's that symbol on it mean? Why is it different than the... Hold on, I'm trying to like parkour up here. Because there's not really a purpose. Okay. Got some good loot. Let's not waste all of our stamina sprinting around. Sprinting kind of comes at a cost in this game, since your stamina, like, doesn't fully regen, since you only get, like, a partial refund back. So we're gonna have to try and play it pretty smart. Okay, shortcut exit once we conquer some of the tower. A little loot pod over here. I guess we'll sprint a little bit, but we'll do it in, like, short controlled bursts. Yeah, we should save sprinting for combat. Let's not get greedy, let's not get impatient. Stamina is, like, legitimately a resource. It's not just a bar that yo-yos up and down. We have to make sure that we can always get to bed in time to replenish our stamina before a major battle. Okay. We got people hiding around corners here. It looks to be pretty solid, okay. Health potion, don't mind if I do. I wonder if there's a cap to these. Okay, spent a little bit of mana. Don't know what that did, but maybe it unlocked this door. Maybe it did something else. Maybe it closed that behind. Okay. Whatever it did, we seem to be good. Doesn't seem to be able to take that back, so hopefully that wasn't a problem. You recognize these little machines are God War relics, inoperable and mostly useless. So you have to really see inside the Clockwork Kingdom these days. Guard ye. Okay, combat seems pretty easy so far. Maybe I'll regret saying that, but I seem to be able to take on groups of people with very little issue. Well, there's a bed in here. How nice. Okay, as long as I go aggro, I don't seem to, like... They stagger pretty hard. So as long as I take people one fight at a time, and I keep on them, life appears to be pretty easy. Oh, a bow wielder! Okay, you might be a threat. Oh, I wonder if I could have stole that potion from their hip if I snuck up on them. Ow. Okay, ate my first little bit of damage. Nothing I can't handle, though. Seems to be about a fifth of my bar. Hello, Looty. What do you got here? Beer. A mug full of beer. Frothy beer. Beer is cheap in the Skylands, mostly derived from fermented mushroom pulp. It's exported to the far corners of the Union. Okay, might be a good trade item then. Although, you know... I guess I'd have to, like, export it to get any good value on it. I probably don't have the connections for that. Oh, I can't sleep in the bedrolls. They don't count as beds. Lame. I guess it would be kind of foolhardy to sleep in enemy territory, though. If it comes down to it, I'll teleport back to base camp. And I should have checked how much mana it costs to teleport. I guess it's my only spell. It's not like I'll ever... Yeah. We're fine. We'll find out at the end of the mission. That'll be a good bit of information to have, so I can always save just enough mana to escape. How long it takes to cast, too. There's so much... I wish my first spell wasn't teleport, you know what I mean?
It would have been cool to have something else to play with so I could figure out the magic system a little bit. Okay. Shortcut. Oh, no, this lift is not active yet. Okay. We have now activated the shortcut, probably. The lift is already here. Okay. The dialogue changed. Okay. So you have to go to the end that a lift is on and ride it to activate it. Where are you going, prisoner 17? Are you attempting to run from your duty? If you must recuperate, the lift next to me will take you back to the Inquisition camp. But Vela is still in the fortress, as we strongly suggest you go back inside and find a way to reach the battlements up above. Yeah, dude, I'm just fucking learning the rules. Do you mind? Can a man not explore his delusions? I understand that you wish we did not have them at all, but alas, but it is but human to go slowly insane, to start to believe things that are not quite true. It's how we cope in this rotten and horrible world, after all. Alright then, up we go to the top of the battlements. We shall find Vela in her place, and we will ask her kindly to return with us, or by the blade. An interesting landmark. Yes, I suppose that is a landmark of some... Ooh! Yo! Is that one of, like, the Artifice suns or whatever? Because it's, like, way too close to the planet to be, like, a natural star. I guess it's... Do stars have, like, a visible ectoplasmic shell like that, though? Perhaps it's a grand confluence of man... Do you mind? I am exploring the mysteries of the universe, and you walk up to me blade in hand? Oh, no, okay. Okay, so you have to charge the spell a little bit to activate it, okay. There's no way I'll ever accidentally just tap right-click and... Good. Important information I'm glad we learned. Okay. Interesting. That if there is fall damage, that's probably death, so that's not where I want to find out. Pilfered 3 coins. This looks like an interesting landmark. Well, if only I had a map so that I could chart this landmark. But alas, you're not so kind as to provide me such a thing off the bat. Okay, this is the elevator that took me up. So this way is where we want to head. Okay, there appear to be no foes here. We shall leave not a trace in our exploration. All loot shall fall into our hands. All power belongs to us. So is the delusion that I dread most. Lockpicks! Hell yeah, we pilfered them. This is the whole point of me playing this game over the other game was that I would be able to talk things that weren't the game, but I'm still like in the early discovery phase, okay? Where everything in the game is so rich and so unique, so I'm gonna just like be in love with the game for a while, if that's okay with you. Perhaps it's delusional of me to think I'd ever have anything else to talk about. While I was playing Needy Streamer, it gave me a lot of things that I wanted to talk about, but it's hard for me to like hold those things in mind after the fact, you know? I'm not a person who really has much going on within. I'm a reactive sort in the best way possible. I'm not reactive in the way that reactives are, where this cutter needs to be repaired, where they just lash out immediately. I'm reactive in the sense where I like to process outside information to come up with my conclusions. I don't like to just spout things off from the cuff, because I don't trust enough in my memory to just go off like I know what I'm talking about. Always when I talk, I am making my best guess at the moment. But if ever I make a decision, I would like to do it with a search engine in hand, you know? Stamina potion, we love that, we love that. We're almost getting to the point where we want to use one, since we don't want to be below half stam. Cripples us to be below half stam. Excellent, excellent. 3, 4, 9. Oh my god, how many throwing knives? Jesus Christ, okay. I guess we can start to work these into our playstyle, since they're fucking as abundant as water. More abundant than water, in fact, if I'm being real with it. I wonder where you go. You go? Where do you go? Okay, that's clearly my target. Let's explore the castle a little bit more first. See where this lift is not yet active, but I'm in it. I'm in it to win it, boss. This must be how I bail at the end of the... Okay, we're gonna find if we fall damage. Oh. I guess I hugged the wall effectively enough that we didn't. Hugging walls, OP. Or there's no fall damage. Let's not test that right now. It would be very embarrassing if our first death was just splattering upon the ground. Well, let's go see what's over here before anything else. Okay, let's recharge our resource. And we'll charge. You fucking drink a potion in front of me? Who you think you are, huh? Punk. Wonder if there's a limit to how many of these I can carry. I should start whiffing them just in case. Thought we learned not to just sprint around for no reason, so let's chill out in the sprint button. We want to make sure we save a little bit of stamina for that boss fight upstairs, after all. Use Sonic Bomb. A vial of fine white power distilled through alchemical process. Extremely volatile. The flask will explode on impact when thrown. Cool, it's a grenade. We like grenades. They go pop pop and put the smoke off. They're pretty too. And they make me feel with goo. How about you? Alright. Interesting, interesting. There seems to be some sort of loot up there. Some sort of treasure, in fact. Would certainly appreciate a chance to get my grubby little hands upon it. Ah, we meet again! But our meeting shall be delayed just a moment longer. The way is barred, I see. And here as well. Very well, then. I shall defeat you in combat to find my way. Vela Kolos and Gravitas, her voice piercing the clatter of the ship. Yuna's blood seeps in from her armor. She is wounded, but she hides it well. Loose the sails! And why is the anti-grav engine not running? What's this? A straggler? The Darkstar Company greets you. My apologies, but you have caught us at a rather inopportune moment. I mean no offense, but the Darkstar Company has certain standards. You don't quite fit the bill. Prepare yourself, straggler. Great deeds are afoot. Deeds that will bring the apostatic union's tyranny to an end, and that will usher in a new age of heaven. And with that, we must take our leave. It's been a pleasure, but I doubt we will meet again. Hey, fuck you. Get back here. The fortress will need repairing before that will work. Okay, well, how do I start repairing it? Get back here, ye criminal, you scallywag. Now that you've refused me, I want to take you in for the Inquisition. Motherfucker. I'm so doomed. What am I gonna tell them? I made a nice chat with her, I offered to join, and she just flew off? Man. This sucks. How do I start making repairs to this bad boy, huh? Oh, this office opened. How nice. How kind. New home crystal, okay. And you save the game by touching home crystals. Excellent, excellent. Entice. This oddity of a spell draws upon the caster's force of personality rather than their arcane knowledge. To sway erstwhile enemies to their side. Much studied by academic wizards, the nature of the spell remains something of a mystery, but its power is not in doubt. Okay, sick. What's this menu? I guess there's nothing. Oh, this must be active quests, finished quests. Understood. From the region of Quill. Head to Quill Village. Okay. Spells. Entice. And then it was control to switch spells, right? Excellent. Okay. Sick with it. Take a quick nappy nap. Oh, okay. Again, okay. There's morning, noon, evening, and night. Let's rest till nighttime, since it seems to currently be evening. And we have regenerated all of our resources. What's this now? Upgrade property. Quarters, not built, unfurnished. Workshops, not built, unfurnished. Training room. So it takes 50 coins, which I have 70. 1 metal and 2 eyes. 1 metal. A different metal. 1 crystal, perhaps. And 2 of the Paradoxa flowers. And then 1 metal and 2 of the buzzing boys. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So I can upgrade different bases throughout the world, it seems. And, I have 1 of these. I have 1 of each of these flowers. I have 1 of this metal. So I cannot currently upgrade any of these facilitas. But it might behoove me to do so. That might allow me access to those other areas. I wonder now if now that she flew away, if it considers this place repaired. Are you a member of the Inquisition? You catch a beaming smile behind the agent's visors. Ah, so you're the one who squared up to Vela, and to think we had locked you in a cell. Well, you really should show us how it's done. Anyway, I think the High Confessor wants to see you. I wouldn't keep her waiting. Okay, fair. Oh, you just moved right in, huh? Oh, it's you. The High Confessor wants to speak with you up on the platform. So what she sees in a wretched prisoner is... She's also a wretched prisoner. Watch your tongue, cur. Greetings, Confessor. I apologize for my failure on the mission. She was just too wily for me. The High Confessor is giving orders to the surrender, pointing with her mechanical limbs, showing between bits of coughing. Eventually she notices you. Ah, prisoner. 13, wasn't it? Our drones have been tracking you. It seems the Vela has escaped. Nonsense. I was certain you would be cut to pieces. It is astounding you made it this far. But your sentence still stands. You may yet prove your usefulness. We must ascertain where Vela has fled to. Luckily for us, I know just who we can... Oh, it's showing us inside her little fucking helmet now. That's a bloody-ass skull, yo. Oh, she is not looking good. Excuse me. The Oniric Isles are home to a number of former Dark Star mercenaries. My superiors would rather I executed them, but they are more used to us alive. If anyone knows where Vela went, they will. I would start with Jack Basalt, a former Navy captain turned sellsword. We have already contacted him and arranged a meeting. You can find him at the Wobbly Noggin pub in Hollow Town, in the center of the Oniric Isles.
Basalt has promised to direct us towards his comrades in exchange for the polymath's pardon. He can help you find the others. Why me, Eva? The Dark Stars are deeply mistrustful of the Inquisition. You could say we've had a few run-ins in the past. As one of our newest and more amenable operatives, you may have better luck than another of my agents. Follow the road south through the village of Quill and cross the Great Bridge. This should get you to the Hollowshire. Oh, Quill's where I need to go for my drug, or my spores. Cool. You will need to acquire a Pacific Union passport to cross the bridge. I wish I could grant you one myself, but we are on passports, on paper. Perhaps the locals in the village of Quill could help you. And be careful. These islands are on the very fringe of the Hypostatic Union territory. There may be worshippers, or even minor gods who have fled the Union's purge, tucked away here. The only assuredly faithless place is Hollowtown. And beyond Hollowshire's borders there is ground even Union boots won't tread upon. To the east, the Clockwork Kingdom is in full-blown crisis, while the people of the Endless Realm to the west are cursed to never die. My tribunal will establish a command post in this fortress, the Blinding Light. Return here to recuperate if you wish. Oh, and one more thing. From now on, you will be known as Confessor 17. This doesn't change your crimes or your sentence, but it sounds a little better than prisoner, eh? Farewell, Confessor. Yo, I'm Confessor 17 now. JV the Confessor, eh? We're supposed to be working together then. Just remember, the rank of Confessor will stick to you like a bookmark. It marks you as a prisoner, seeking penitence through duty. Even she cannot escape that tainted rank. Oh, if it isn't our newest Confessor. I'd love to help you with your mission, but I don't have the security clearance to know all the ins and outs. You should speak to Ungavius on the platform opposite the High Confessor. He'll know what to do. Thick. Okay, this place seems to be like a main fortress then. A nice little home. Hey, if you guys are sending me out, can I give a map, brother? Yeah, you look like you got some charts right there. Ah, Confessor 17. I just knew you'd survive the assault. The drones were all but certain you'd meet a gruesome end, but you still showed them, eh? About the mission. Ah, yes, what about it? By all means, ask away. Well, surely you've been there. Union Heartland, I mean. Well, the Union's most civilized place in the Sky Realm since the World Rend. You may not agree, but in my mind it's the truth. For the past 400 years, the Sky Realms have been under the control of the Wiccan Covens and their gods. It may be true some preached tolerance, but others were tyrants who twisted their poor fellows into cruelty and ignorance. This you cannot dispute. You see, the Wiccans acted no differently from the worst Slavonian cartels. They forbade the weaving of cipher magic and the advancement of reasoned debate. They locked us in blood contracts with gods who shunned our advancement. But 40 years ago, in the God Wars, the Apostatics cast off our shackles. It's true that a lot of blood was spilled, both mortal and divine. But now in Union territory, reason and discourse have replaced ignorance and fear. Well, depends where you go. I'm from Lundell, a place full of windswept hills, soggy marshes, and crumbling castles, circled by a blue neutron star. We also have a weakness for ale. There's also Bione, known for its universities and fine wine, and Slev, a rugged wetland where criminal elements are rife. But many would consider the most important Union realm to be Venna. It's a warm, beautiful archipelago full of orchards bathed in yellow starlight, and home to the Union's most important city, Ryova. Ryova is where the Union Council of Polymaths meet. It's a city full of floating houses all strung together with bridges and ropes, with gondolas drifting between them. When you're in the middle, it's to say you can't see a hint of sky. There's buildings in every direction. But wherever you go in the Union Heartlands, there's nowhere as rugged and wild as this. Nary a sewer for miles. Anything else? Well, the Oniric Isles of the archipelago we're on now. It's always been at the fringe of Union territory, and has only recently a regional council installed in Hollowshire. But there are also islands outside of Union control. To the east lies the Clockwork Kingdom, ruled by a machine monarch, while to the west lies a rather frightful place of undying souls, known as the Endless Realm. Though Hollowshire has technically been under Union control since the God War, it's been somewhat neglected until recently. That means there's still cultists lurking among the hills, not yet flushed out. There are even whispers of gods lurking in nasty nooks and crannies. But no need to worry. A Union Council chamber has just been built in Hollowtown, and this place now has its very own polymath. With such an esteemed education, she'll have this place sorted out in no time. Did you ever hear the stories of the Cadaver Crusades, led by those nasty ghouls that plundered the living to eat their flesh? Well, turns out these weren't just stories. Those monsters actually exist, and have a little kingdom right over yonder, ruled by their so-called Queen of Silver. I tell you, you couldn't make it up. Last I heard, they packed in all that flesh-eating business and started farming some sort of mindless meat. Fancy that. Ghouls with a conscience. What about the Clockwork Kingdom? Well, the less said about that place, the better. It used to be known as Cordova, and during the God Wars, they aided the apostatics in overthrowing the Wiccans and their gods. They even made the Blinding Light Fortress, as well as many other war machines. But they were always a little big for their boots. Despite having the best alchemists and aetherists in the Sky Realms, they got the mad notion of making some sort of magical utopia, where every foolish peasant could cast a spell. Utter nonsense, I say. But only, for a while, it seemed like the buggers actually got it to work. The stuff that was coming out of their newly formed Clockwork Kingdom was making even the erudite Academy scholars blush with envy. At least until their mechanical king went mad and threw the whole place into chaos. Now it's a frozen wasteland full of malfunctioning robots and rotting corpses. Which is a damn shame, because there was a lovely little tea house in Phoropoulos that my wife adored. Ah, well. Oh, this little island is known as Puil, just a handful of mushroom farmers here, really. But its remote location has always made it a haven for smugglers and pirates. Perhaps that's why Vela came here to lick her wounds after the Dark Star mutiny. Very good. Was there anything else? Splendid. Tell me about yourself. Me? There's not much to tell. I'm just a humble servant of the Apostatic Union. Time ago, I was a counselor, would you believe? Only a rather embarrassing incident involving a lost shipment of hallucinogenic scry shrooms saw me demoted to a less public-facing role. So here I am, working for esteemed Inquisition. Only one can't help but the thoughts often drift to home comforts, eh? I have a lovely little college back in Lundell with my wife. One day I'll pack all this in and get back to growing button caps in my garden. You still want mushrooms, bro. You still want the fucking scry shroom tea. You haven't changed at all. You a freak after my own heart. Let's do some mushroom tea together later, bro. Okay. So that looks like Quill off in the distance. Okay. Let's go see if we can use the elevator back here to see if it's repaired now. And if not, we'll go to that new elevator. This lift is not yet active. Understood. Repairs are still needed.
So, we'll cross this room then and head to this southern-facing elevator. I believe this is the south. Does the Neuron Star rise in the south? And I did sleep until nighttime, but I did spend a lot of time in there talking. So I don't know what time of day it is anymore. But that looks like Quill to me. This is a teleport crystal, right? This is a home. I'm torn, because I should save, but I wanted my teleport point to be back. I guess we're close enough, that's not a big deal. I guess it's fine. We're only going to get farther and farther away as time goes on, so I do hope we discover a method of fast travel sometime soon. You have an unspent delusion? How did I earn such a thing? Okay. We're gonna guile and wisdom max. We don't need people to like us. We just need to understand the secrets of the world. So let's take a look. Let's do guile first. And then we're gonna go at like a... Should we do even or should we do a 2 to 4 ratio? We'll decide that later. For now, we return to exploring the world. We could now upgrade one of the facilities back there, and then we've gotten this eye. Let's wait till we have enough to do multiple upgrades, though. Oh my, what's all this commotion over yonder? I appear to be quite lost. I bought a map of these Onric Isles back in Ryova, but it seems it's decades out of date. That's the trouble with these fringed islands. Every few decades, they float into different positions. Take my advice, traveler. If you're looking to explore, make sure you find an accurate map. You know where I can find a map? Well, notice that the Erudite Academy is flying over Halshire to the south of here. Can you see it up there in the sky? It travels all over the Pastatic Union, so I heard. I met one of their scholars in a red tent in the forest underneath. Quill Village, so I've seen them in other places too. Believe it or not, they're working on a map of the region right now, only it's not quite ready. Still, try asking them. Worth a shot, right? Oh, I'm trying to get to the Endless Realm. It seems to be a place where people never die, even though the flesh peels from their... Why would you want that? As a boy, my mother would scare me with tales of the cadaver crusades, when the Endless would hunt the living and feast on their still warm bodies. It would scare me witless, but still, I always dreamed of going there someday. I have it on good authority that they're reforming their ways. They only eat non-sentient meat and are on good terms with the Apostatic Union, so I said to myself, what do I have to lose? Well, I suppose they could still eat me. Alright, well, good luck with your endless crusade, my guy. This way to Quill Village, purveyors the prophetic Stry Shroom tea. This way to the Sacred Shroom. Okay, listen, we can't hear Sacred Shroom and not investigate, right? Like, fuck the main quest. We're here to find the gods. We're here to indulge in their powers, so we may rebel against the... You know what, Quill? Sounds fine. No, you don't need to look my way. Friend? What the fuck are you? Those claws are not friendly. You're some sort of, like, giant boulder mantis. No, thank you. You know, we need to find ourselves a map anyway, so let's get our asses to Quill. Hopefully 70 coins is enough to afford some good map work. And if not, then, well, we'll just have to figure something out now, won't we? If we have to resort to crime, then so be it. Wait, so... Is Quill the down part or the up part? How do I sheathe my weapon? Controls. I don't seem to be able to sheathe my weapon. Okay, hold Q to sheathe, okay. The youth looks at you with caution, wide eyes lodged in a gaunt face. Oh, a newcomer. Welcome to Quill Village. My name's Lude. Were you, involved in all that commotion over at the old fort? Ugh. Oh, okay. I can tell you a little about our town if you like. We're just a humble village. Have you heard of scry shroom? It's a mushroom that shows you the future. We grow it and sell it, only, things aren't going so well lately. People are worried. What's going wrong, exactly? Well, the crop yield is bad. Each year we've been growing less scry shrooms. Some people are getting worried. I heard some people are considering the old ways. You know, consorting with Wiccans and gods. Of course, very illegal. But also kind of exciting, wouldn't you say? Oh, I just mean, it's very boring here sometimes. Anyway, the local Waymaster Kulwich has gotten pretty spooked by it all. He's weighing everyone who comes by just to make sure they're not a Wiccan. But my mother, Olwen, she's the mayor, by the way, doesn't seem too bothered by it all. She's much too worried about something else. I heard her mumbling about some sort of monster lately. Oh, I'm sorry, I do tend to waffle, don't I? Is there anything you'd like me to know? Oh, I suppose. Just in town you'll find the Waymaster. The Waymaster, Kulwich. He's pretty respected around here. Nearby is the Scry Shroom Company, which sells Scry Shrooms, of course. And, other things. Further up the hill is the mayor's house. That's where my mother, the mayor lives. She sometimes has work going. And further up is the old sacred shroom. Only, it's dead. What's the Waymaster do? Oh, Kulwich? He's pretty important. He went to Ryova, the capital city of the Apostatic Union. That's really far away. To get certified as a Waymaster. He weighs things for merchants and buyers to make sure the price is fair. Might not seem like much, but for a small town like us, it means we can trade at the realms like Vena, Bion, and Lundel. But he also weighs people. Lately, he's been real worried about the Wiccan sympathizers. And he has magic cipher sales that can tell if you're evil. He's not weighed me, though. I guess he doesn't think I'm tough enough to be a criminal. Tell me about the Scry Shroom Company. Well, it's run by Dwin, whose family's been growing Scry Shrooms for generations. Without his company, the town wouldn't really exist. Mushrooms are kinda all there is around here. Mother won't let me drink the Scry Shroom tea, even though she does all the time. She says it's too intense, that you have to be a responsible adult to see the future. I don't see the big deal, though. She mostly just hallucinates about having a bigger garden. So your mom's the mayor. Everyone like her because she comes from all the way in Lundel. That's a faraway place with castles and windswept moors in Union Heartland. I was born here, so I've never been. Why is the Sacred Shroom dead? Oh, that's because Kulwich killed our god, of course. Care to elaborate? Oh, I'm sorry. I forget not everyone knows about it. Our old god was Anguin, and he was really mean. Like, he wanted people to sacrifice themselves and the sacred shrooms to make the scry shrooms grow good. Okay. I hope I didn't waffle too much. Gotta get going. Oh, of course. But bye. Cool, okay. So, giant mushroom where a god used to live, used to kill the people there, and it made the mushrooms grow good better. Okay. So I need spores or the mushrooms for my quest for the guy. Damn fine tea. Has asked you to abstain from Scry Shroom team. Okay. So that's probably the Way House right there. And then that would make that the Scry Shroom Company and that the mayor's house? Question mark? This looks like an inn of some sort. The man sips his tea and settles you intently. New face, huh? You got business here? Talk to Dwayne at the counter. He's the proprietor of this business. I'm really only employed to make sure things go smoothly. My, you're perceptive, eh? I'm a mercenary, you see. I fought with the Beyonds, Serpents, the Lundel Blackguard, even the Dark Stars for a time. And now... I protect the business interests of this fine gentleman, nothing more. So pay me no heed. Oh, is that so? Well, your motives better be pretty fucking congenial, because it's no secret I'm a former Dark Star merc myself. Of course, I haven't sailed with them in years. I left after the mutiny, once it became clear that Vela's ambitions, once so intoxicating, were likely to get us all killed. Well, out with it. Exactly who were you looking for? Meeting Jack. Ah, good old Jack. In the Union, they still call him Shame of the Navy after he abandoned his rank and station to join Mela's merry band. In battle, the man was a demon. When his voice bellowed across the deck of a sky ship, sword raised high, you made sure to heed it. But below decks, he always found time to share a drink with those under his command, learning their names, their troubles. Not every merc captain does that. Of course, I don't know if that was thanks to a kind heart or his weakness for the strong stuff. Let me guess. You're meeting in a pub, right? Ah, now that's a good one. You're just gonna stride up to the boss lady yourself and claim that Union bounty, are you? Now, don't get me wrong, I never really knew the woman. I was too low rank to be clinking my tankard with her. But I've been privy to some of her deeds, and, well... let's just say you don't ever want to cross swords with Vela Close. As for where she's gone, I haven't the slightest idea, and I wouldn't tell you if I did. That woman has plans in motion that I couldn't begin to comprehend, and I won't be found complicit in trying to thwart her efforts for the sake of my own neck. Good, and let me be plain. You didn't hear any of this from me. Are we clear? He is quiet a moment, and merely takes a sip. Indeed. Tell me, did old Dwin over there give you his speech about how he outsmarted his business rival by drinking the stuff? Well, I'm sorry for spoiling the tale for you. The funny thing is, he doesn't touch the stuff. It's more of a sales tactic, you might say. Whenever he does drink Scryshroom tea, he tends to get rather emotional and empties his bowels prematurely. You see, Scryshroom might be a popular drug, but that's all it is to most people. A party trick or a quick high. The truth is, most can't see the future from drinking it. The shroom has such a potent psychedelic effect, any premonitions are lost within the fantasy. But the premonitions are there. You just need a low dosage and a certain discerning eye. That's why if you were to say, reach for your blade right now, I'd have my knife at your throat before you knew it. Now, was there anything else? Well, in my youth, I toured with very mercenaries companies in the apostatic Union heartland. There's a tale or two there. I ended up with the Dark Stars here in Puel, a name I'm sure you've heard of. But lately I've been freelancing in these Unrik Isles, taking on all sorts of jobs before settling in with Dwin here. Of all the realms I've been to, these islands are host to some of the strangest. He smiles politely, but says nothing. Hey buddy, I'm here to buy some tea. Ah, welcome, welcome. Pull up a stool if you're looking for Scryshroom, come to the right place. Do you know what Scryshroom does, newcomer? Now, you'll have heard it shows you the future, but see, that puts some folk off. It's a scare what they most see. I'm here to tell you it ain't like that. There ain't no cipher spell in the great library beyond that can do what Scryshroom does. It plunges you into the river of time, so you can see all the bends and currents rushing towards you. Did you know how I grew this business?
Not with luck, my friend, oh no. I used to humble Skyscream to outsmart my rivals, and now my company ships them to every corner of the Pacific Union. So, what do you say? You buying? Well, now, I can't say they're always right. The future can be changed, see? And I won't be held accountable for any foolishness or failures you get yourself into after you use them. What do you want to know? Oh, demand's never been better. The shop I run just had respect for the village, but really, I make my money selling shrooms in bulk to merchants, and there's a real penchant for the stuff. These days, peddlers, poets, and polymaths alike are drinking the stuff from Lundale to Vienna. In the tea rooms of Bayona, ladies and gents, are seeing the future unfurl before them. I'd be lying if I said it was all good news. I've been down lately, and each year we're growing less of the stuff. If Uncle were here, he'd know what to do. A lot of folk talk about that. A lot of folk don't know what they're talking about. Sure, we're a lot of mercenaries who shop around these parts, and yeah, we trade with them, but here in Pill we pay taxes just like anyone in the Union. That's why El Colwich went to Riova to learn to be a waitmaster and all. And you've been snooping around, see some things you don't like the look of, I advise you to keep your trap shut. I don't pay Nut over there just for his looks, you know. He protects my business interests. Hear me? Anything else? And that's what I like to hear. Got up on a Scratchroom team on the brew, and if you're looking for a few other odds and anything for supplies, I've got room to rent upstairs for 2 coins. You need some rest. Alright, here's what we got. A compass. Okay, we'll buy a tea. Boosts your lore for a time. Okay, it's a stat potion as well as a drug. We're gonna buy the tea. And we're gonna buy the compass. And we'll still have enough to afford one of the room upgrades when we go back to deliver the tea. Now, how do I get out of this menu? Ah. I have some questions for you. Cruise your services. Anywhere I could buy a passport. Only Union officials and certified traders can dispense them. We won't talk to our local waymaster at the Wayhouse. We won't just hand them out to anyone. Alright. So this will be the Wayhouse then. Oh, shit! Here, we'll look. It is indeed the Wayhouse, but where's the Waymaster? Figure from the bygone age. Could we perhaps fetch a pretty penny if sold to those of the nostalgic cast of mind? So I burned through like 4 lockpicks just for a little bit of sell loot? That sucks. That sucks. Okay. So I'll have to wait for the Waymaster to wake up if I want to do some biz nasty here. So what's this all about then? I didn't factor in map prices either for my... Greetings. The woman cast you in a different grazed. Greetings, traveler. Welcome to the Poil Port of the Winged Merchants Guild. I'm the local harbor master. How can I help you? You think we just hand them out to bright travelers? It takes a lot of coin to buy a sailing vessel, you know. Most Union merchants only have shares of the ship they use. Plus, even if you had a bulging coin purse under those fine garments you're wearing, these days you need a writ of permission from the Riovan Port Authority. And trust me, you're not going to find one of those lying around out here in the sticks. Well, of course, we oversee the transfer of goods, impose tariffs, check for contraband, that sort of thing. Well, it's a pretty quiet place, so you don't get much traffic. Once a week, a merchant ship, usually a cog or a sloop, Comes from Hollowtown with exports from the Union Heartlands. Maybe once in a while, we'll get a dowel from Asfara. After we unload the goods, what do they want? Scry shroom. Always fucking scry shroom. I swear, if I have to wince one more crate of the stuff. Understood. You don't love drugs. I get it. You're a born bitch. You must purchase an airship deed before you can upgrade. So I can buy an airship eventually. Sick. Sick. I guess that makes sense. There's so many cool floating islands around. Fuck yeah. Hook me up, please. Oh my god, what a fucking dream that would be. And hey man, you're awfully close, huh? Okay, well, let's see if we can't talk to the mayor. We have to wait for the Way House to open. Or should I just go back and give the tea to the guy? Let's finish exploring town first. Oh, fuck me. No, I didn't mean to do that, though. I mean, look. While the mayor's asleep, I might as well sneak in and rob her house. There's no reason I can think of not to. We're on a mission, okay? It's a very important mission. We need every little bit of aid and wealth we can get. Wiccan Antiques. Why sort of Wiccan Antiques? Notes for contract rights. Old dusty garments. Number of unfamiliar instruments. While everyone's asleep, I'm getting the loot. Will I get punished for getting caught in here? I don't know. I don't know, but gotta go. It's a tempting little discovery. Okay. Does the game have like a wait feature? Can I go outside and wait for her to wake up? Controls. Actions. Selection. Menus. Oh, these are airship controls. Sick. There doesn't appear to be any sort of wait key. I guess I have to find myself a bed to wait for people to enjoy their morning. What's that down there? Some sort of obelisk, perhaps? It's interesting, whatever it is. Okay. I want to find out if there's fall damage, but I don't... Okay, wait. There's supposed to be a red tent somewhere here where I can buy maps, right? They said that there was an academy over the town. And that there was a red-capped tent where the map maker served. I don't see anything that matches that description around, though. So for now, let's try and parkour our way down. Never mind. That is dangerous. Let's take that ramp I saw over here down and see what I can discover. What I wanted to do, let's put our sword away so that we're not making a threatening motion when we come into whoever's house this is. Greetings, friends. You appear to be some sort of mill. I'm just milling about. Don't worry about me. Okay, so that's not what we're looking for. Where the heck is this map maker that was described? There's the guy back there who described it. He said, if you look over, you can see the Erudite Academy above Quill. That must be the Erudite Academy there with its little spinning fan blade on there. The whole thing must be an airship. Okay.
So if we head towards that thing, we can maybe find our map. And then once we have a map, we'll go back to deliver the tea to our good Inquisitor friend. We've been streaming for almost 2 hours now. I don't know. Should I stop at 6? Should I stop at 7? I'm probably not going to be able to fall asleep till about 7:50 anyway. But it'll probably be easier to fall asleep if I have some wind down time. I think maybe once we deliver this tea, we'll call it a stream. So we'll see how long that takes. Fortress of some kind? Greetings, friend. Greetings. The bridge closed unless you're the bearer of a genuine apostate union passport. So if you've not got one, get lost. You must use passport to pull at the moment. It's some kind of precaution. They're hard to come by, but someone around town might be able to help you. Have you met the Waymaster? No, he was asleep. Remember that passports are single use. Our passport grants you lifetime travel over one bridge, but no others. Okay, so every passport is a key to access one bridge. It makes you like a for-life traveler in that specific area. This lift is not yet active. Wait, so I need to cross the bridge and then go up the hill to activate the... Fuck you. And the map, of course, is over there. Okay. Interesting. How are you supposed to make that gap? Yo, the world in this game is so, like, genuinely interesting to look around. Like, even with, like, the low def art style, the pure verticality of the world and the spacing... Hello, four-winged serpent. Oh, what do you guard? As you swing around the spire. I hope I never have to do battle with the likes of you. And if I do, I hope you guard incredible loot. Okay. Saving. The time must have just shifted to a new time frame. There was a slight shift in the lighting when the game just saved right there. Greetings, Miss Mare. The woman sits with her eyes closed, a pain expression on her face. Very medallions and necklaces hang around her neck. She holds some important position. She mutters under her breath, "Flames, oh flames! We have to douse the flames!" Ah! What are you doing? You've got to get out of here! The Nuttalob will burn you alive! Not the Nuttalob, what's next? The Phalanganip? You jest, but the giant Nuttalob is no joke. What do you think caused all this devastation? We have to... Nothing's on fire, is it? Oh, how embarrassing. I'm terribly sorry. You caught me in the middle of a divination. My name is Olwyn, mayor of this humble village of Powil. How do you do? Well, of course. Hallucinatory drugs are our main export here in Powil. It would be remiss of me not to partake. You see, I have found myself presented with quite the dilemma. It's really nothing to worry about, so please don't cause a fuss. I have the whole thing quite under control. I was merely indulging in a scry-shrew meditation to divine what matter of threat this giant monster could pose. And, it turns out it's really not much of a problem at all. Oh, it's not common knowledge. I thought the whole town would be talking about it by now. You see, a small mercenary band has made a certain, demands. No, I don't mean Vela's Dark Stars. This lot are much less, accomplished. Which makes it all the more puzzling how they've got their hands on a giant Nuttalob. So what's a Nuttalob? Oh, just a Skyrealm mollusk that you find around these parts. Easily recognizable by their shells, but I had absolutely no idea they could get this big. Those mercenary scoundrels will threaten me with their huge Nuttalob. They claim they'll sack the town if I don't comply with their absurd demand. I really don't want to cause a panic in town, so I'm at a loss of what to do. But if someone could sneak into their fortress to the southeast, and is certain whether this Nuttalob thing is any weakness could exploit, well, let's just say that person would find themselves firmly within my favor. Oh, well that would be quite the tragedy. The idea of more blood being spilled on Pwilian soil is a horrible thought. But of course, it would rather solve the problem here, wouldn't it? And with so little funds to hire guards, it would be awfully hard to catch the perpetrator of such a crime. Oh, but pay me no mind, I'm merely thinking aloud. Was there anything else? Assuming it's still there. Just a Skyrim's mollusk. Okay. I met your son. Oh yes, my darling boy. Was he just loitering around the path again? I've never get that boy to pursue his studies, no matter how hard I try. But I shouldn't be too hard on him. There aren't any other children his age in Quill, and my mayoral duties keep me so busy. That reminds me, it's nearly in time for my invigorating intonations. Oh please, I remember those dark stars. I've always had a fair share of miscreants attracted to Quill. It turns out it's not only poets and horticulturists who are attracted by the solitude of the countryside. But when that wretched Velikolos moved in with her cohorts, you wouldn't believe the type of scoundrels we had prancing up and down our idyllic cobbled streets. And now on top of everything else, we have the Inquisition raiding the island. I'm sorry, but if you were dealing with those ruffians, I really can't help you. Maybe you have some better luck with someone else around town. I know Nud has done some jobs for him. You can usually find him at the local shop. Why don't you try bothering him, asking him about it? Well, as the mayor, I'm of course exhaustingly busy, but I suppose I can postpone my meditations till the neighbor. It's the story. Quill has a long and compelling history. Did you know that in all of the Aesthetic Union, we have won by far the most agricultural competitions for the quality of our produce? Or that, though small, our scratching farms can rival the orchards of Bione in yield? Oh, and there's also the drama of Quill's terrible god, who was killed by his own worshippers. But it's all rather before my time, so I have to ask Waymaster Kolowich, I'm afraid. You see, I became mayor of this place somewhat by accident. I was passing through just as the villagers were electing a new mayor, for the last one had been suddenly, if not unexpectedly, imprisoned on extortion charges. The mayoral contest was one of horticulture. I cultivated a small garden of hymnal hydrangeas so they could sing in 3 octaves, and that was that. Oh no, not in the least. I'm from another rather important family in Lundell. I was only traveling on the Ornic Islands to escape the frightfully dreary star cycles we have there. I can't say it's traditional for a village such as Twill to reject an outsider, but I think they've taken to the idea rather well. Only occasionally do I have a Nautolog thrown through my window, or a laxative spell nailed to my door. Yo, where can I learn that spell? It sounds useful as fuck. Fuck this mind control shit. You seem quite smitten with this hallucinogenic tea. Will's Shryshroom is not merely hallucinogenic, it submerges one's consciousness into the temporal current. In other words, it allows you to see the future, and possibly the past? Yeah, that's true. Why isn't everyone drinking it? Well, our soil is arid and our harvests are poor, so we can't meet demand. There is also the matter of, its variable efficacy. You see, not everything the Scryshrooms predict will come to pass. The cosmos is a web of infinite possibilities, and the future was not struck in stone. The user's hopes and fears can also taint the vision in, rare cases. They're also known to cause, fainting, nausea, delusions of grandeur, extreme anxiety, abnormal bushy eyebrows, independent sentient limbs, and death. But all the more reason why we must use the Scryshroom responsibly, yes? And they really are quite good for digestion. Well, I wouldn't be much a mayor if I didn't know that, would I? Under the Union law, mercenaries are a perfectly legal organization. The trouble is that in peacetime they tend to lean towards more illicit pursuits. Being so far from the capital city of Ryova, Will's attracted numerous types of ruffians over the years. They never caused too much trouble, at least until Bella's Dark Star mercenaries moved in. You'd have never guessed they were once the most respected sellswords in the Union, based on their most recent behavior. I'm sure you've noticed all the ruckus coming from the old God War fortress. The Apostatic Union has finally had enough, you see. It's about time they taught that Vela a lesson, but all those explosions are really disturbing my morning routine. Well, we've quite used the Ungrip Dark Stars stumbling into town for a drink or 10, but beyond that I really wouldn't have the slightest clue. I know Nud has done some jumps. Yeah, thanks for the info. Is there anything else? Farewell. Yes, I can see myself out. Oh, you block off the stairs when you're awake. That's neat. Good thing I already robbed this bitch! Okay, anyway, down to the Wayhouse, since Waymaster Colwich should be awake now. I don't want to use that. I want to teleport back to the other one. Now we're done with this. Yes. Oh. Let's find out if there's fall damage. Doesn't seem to be. Greetings! The man's eyes follow you with suspicion. His gray in hair and weathered skin suggests he's older than most in the village, and a faded scar runs down his face. You're new to town, I gather? Well, I'm the local waymaster. Name's Colwich. I'll have you know before you engage in any business here in Powell, I'll be taking your weight. So, without another word, please step onto the scales. Thank you kindly. Wait, why do you want to weight me? By decree of the Apostatic Union, all those seeking the trade in jurisdictions has proved they are an ordinary disposition. That is, not physically altered by cipher magic or god devotion, nor bearing the guilt of unpunished crimes. You can tell that by my weight. Just step on the goddamn scales, alright? Okay, what does this say? Doesn't seem to be coming back up. Where's the counterweight for it? He studies the dials and symbols of the machine and scratches various notes in some parchment. Interesting. Very interesting. The prime glyph says you're a criminal. He shoots you a stern glance. The lesser glyphs are harder to parse. Let's see now. Says here you caused a cipher rift. I can't imagine what kind of foul sophistry you were dabbling with, but I'm mighty glad you didn't tear apart the sky realms with your foolishness. Ah, but there's one more glyph. Inquisition agent. He looks up from his parchment, his face struck with puzzlement. Begging your pardon. At first glance, I thought you might be one of those Darkstar mercenaries, running from the Inquisition raid. But you must have been fighting those scoundrels, eh? Yes, I'm a confessor, atoning for my crimes. Well, far be it from me to delay Inquisition visits. I've approved your visit to Quill. You won't get any trouble. He thinks for a moment. But, say, in light of your profession, could you lend this humble servant of the Apostatic Union a hand? There'd be an Apostatic Union passport in it for you. You see, the Inquisition raid ain't the only reason we've been eager to weigh people of late. There's also fears of bloody god worship among the townsfolk. After all we've been through, he looks distinctly peeved. So you need help tracking down god worshippers? Aye. Folk have been a-fearing recently, you see. The soil's dying and harvests are down. Merchants want to buy our scry shroom more than ever, but we can't always meet demand. So some have been flirting with the old ways. What makes the old ways so bad? It's been 40 years since the God War. 40 years since the Apostatics told the Wiccan and their gods to go fuck themselves. 40 years since me and the lads drove a void spear through our own god's eye. That cruel, violent bastard of a god, Engwin. And in those 40 years, folks have forgotten how bad it was under that divine tyrant and his Wiccan lackeys. Sure, we had bountiful harvests and our purses were bulging, but our sons and daughters were taken from us, and the soil was fertilized with their blood. Now our old god Engwin's been dead for long enough, but they say as long as people still believe, some part of a god can still live on. So there's been murmuring of some folk trying to bring him back, and that's got the rest of us scared shitless. Trouble with a small town like this? We all know each other and the guilty parties won't talk to me. But you're an outsider, and an Inquisition agent to boot. I need you to ask around, try and find any Wiccan sympathizers so we can sort out in quiet like before the villagers start looping each other's head off in a frenzy. Find some note, and I'll dispense you a Union passport that'll grant you passage to Hollowshire. Well, the kid seemed pretty excited. How's he look out? What exactly is it? I've forgotten people so comfy that people have forgotten their history? Well, I'll be damned. For as long as people can remember, Wiccans have acted as mediators between gods and their worshippers. Kind of like lawyers of the divine, I guess. Supposedly, they act in the best interest of both mortals and gods, binding both in a magical contract making sure neither folks get scuppered over. Except here in Powell, our Wiccans fucked us.
The terms were all in Angwin's favor. We can't have been alone, because 40 years ago the Prosthetics started the God War, and we weren't the only place to slay their own god, let me tell you. I'll see what I can do. You have my thanks, newcomer. Just as soon as you find something out of sorts, you let me know, you hear? Inquisition, don't worry, I'll coach keep a secret. But try and ask Nud, hired muscle scratch company. God says he's a prickly fella, never gotten on too well, but he's worked for the Dark Stars. We must have to find much an old pill. Reach all down Hallside to the south. There's a Union Council building and a bustling dock where all squares to play anchored. But to pass over the Union Gate Bridge, you'll need an Apostle Union passport. Each one will grant you passage over a single bridge. Sir, after I one I'm not using, but Inquisition or not, you'll have to earn my trust before I just hand it over. How can you tell so much from these scales? These are morality scales. You see the only one visible, it's because it's magically linked at the fulcrum through a bond of cipher to a scale containing the moral standard. What's the moral standard? Oh no, that would be preposterous. How can you tell so much about a person by weighing him against a dead weight? No, don't be stupid. The moral standard is a person, a carefully selected person who bears the qualities deemed the epitome of the prosthetic union morality. By weighing you against such perfect integrity, we can tell by what degree your character is lacking. I think the current moral standard lies far off and beyond a university. They have to rest and sleep between weighings, of course, which is why they weigh houses only at certain times. Well, on account of being at the fringes of the Union, there are certain unseemly folk who taken advantage of Quill in the past. Most know that those Dark Stars in the fort over yonder, who have used us to smuggle ill-gotten goods into Hollowshire and beyond. So having a certified weigh master helps Quill attract reputable merchants to buy our scratch room tea. Joe will be trusted to pay our taxes, you know. And we don't just weigh people, we can also weigh shrooms and grain, or weigh anything, really. Think about the town. Well, Quill's a quaint village these days. Been growing spells scratch rooms since the early days of the Sky Realms, shipping them all over the place. Business may not have been good since the God War. Killing your own daily will do that. Well, we're better off for being in the Prosthetic Union. I'll take the Union's tax levies over a wicked blood contract any day. It's a wicked... Have things gotten so complicated people have forgotten history? Well, lawyers of the divine. I already heard all this. Wait, you killed your own god? 40 years ago, before then, Quill was prosperous and miserable. We were trapped into a blood contract with our tyrant god Angwin, and the terms were abysmal. Oh, our harvests were bountiful, but the blood price was high. Every year, dozens of villagers disappeared into the sacred room to appease that divine bastard, never to be seen again. So, when the Prosthetics came calling, asking us to renounce our faith and join the fight against the Wiccans, we took up arms gladly. I fought in the Quillian division, and have the scars to show for it. What happened next? We crewed a Cardovian lancer ship and impaled our own divinity with a void spear. For all the grief he caused my people, that bugger really didn't put up much of a fight. But the war still raged, so the Prosthetics built that huge fortress in the hill to repel Wiccan counterattacks. Of course, when the dust cleared up and the war was over, the newfangled Prosthetic Union let it fall into ruin. Until that mercenary lass Veloclos took it over, of course. Past few years, Quill's garnered quite a reputation for smuggling and nefarious business, thanks to those damn Dark Stars. You'd think the Union would have done something about it sooner, but the larger the gears, the slower they grind, I guess. Are you happy being part of the Union? More than a lot of folk. I met travelers who lament the passing of the gods, who claim the Union has swapped divine majesty for naught but politics and paperwork. But here in Quill, anyone old enough will remember the bad times. We've lost friends and family. The gods' damn soil was fertilized with their blood. Of course, for a long time, being in the Union didn't mean much. Here in the Onark Isles, we're on the fringe, you see. And decades before these isles were rife with outlaws, criminals, and Wiccan refugees. It's only lately that the Union set up its presence and built a council chamber in Hollowshire. Since then, trade in Quill's been booming. Turns out plenty of folks want to buy our shrooms. Now if only our harvest could keep up with demand. Well, it's a much to see the future, see? Shows your visions of what could come to pass. Only, it's not always right. Sure, every now and again, someone sees a vision of something that absolutely irrevocably comes true, and everyone's singing the praises of the humble scratch room. But most of the time, you're just having a bad dream. Still, people all over the Sky Realms want to buy it, and I'm not complaining. Puts food on my plate, after all. Sick. I'm all good.
Okay, so I got a quest. I am under half stamina. I do want to explore below the town, but I think I'm gonna start to call it for today. Let's press the key that swaps our spells, Control, and let's teleport back. Quick save. And we're gonna go up to deliver our tea. Just a spot of it. I am gonna spend the money I have on the, Hold on. Did I ever explore down here? This lift is not yet active. Interesting. Well, hold on. There appears to be some newfangled loot down here. Hell yeah, okay. Damn, the verticality of this game. There's so much hidden into this dungeon that I didn't find before. Oh, this must be like the secret entrance for... Come on, 50-50 baby. Okay, sick. This must be the... Hold on, can I just jump that shit? Because I don't want to fucking waste all my lockpicks. Fuck. Fuck! I'm out of lockpicks, okay. Well. Oh. Welcome to my prison, human. The words smash against your skull, Dreadport, and there's no mistaking it. You're speaking to a god. Ah, I sense it in you. That abject horror, that searing shock. Your heart beats so fast it might burst, human. Ha 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 ha! No, human. You are not dead. Not yet. You are moments from death. I plucked you from certain peril, as easily as your kind would pull a weed. But it was not an act of kindness. I require something in return. So what do you want? Fella Kalos, in her arrogance, chained me here in shackles of void steel. I wish to be free, and so she must die. You hunt Vela, correct? Without my aid, your mission is futile. You will surely meet a gruesome demise. So I will save you. I will pluck you from the precipice of oblivion, again and again, until the deed is done. Who are you? How times have changed that a human would ask such a thing. There were times in ages past when my shrines were in 1,000 settlements, when every wicked knew my name, when my mind rang with the prayers of your kind. I will not stoop to introducing myself, but know this. There are still those loyal to me, who preserve my hidden shrines. It is into these places that I will summon you, should your death be imminent. Oh, those cave candles! Why else? She craved my power. I am unique in the pantheon of major gods, as I can sense the moment of one's demise, and steal them from their fate. But in her arrogance, that was not enough, for I cannot revive someone who is long dead. There are no gods who can save, perchance, the dreamers themselves. She kept me chained here, such is the sorry state of the world, that no followers came to save me. Not even the Wiccans came to my aid. Damn that cursed god war! Remember our bargain, human? Wait, so is this where that lift that I couldn't interact was? Question mark. Fascinating. So you're just in here in the fortress now, huh? Gonna tickle your feet? I'm gonna tickle your feet, tee. Oh, that's a lot of feet you got there. Really is a feat that you... Okay. So cool. Didn't expect my first death to be just bumbling into a stupid trap like an idiot. Should have probably drank a health potion between eating traps, but hey. We learned a thing. We learned a thing. And learning is like the most important thing you can do, am I right? Now let's go turn this quest in. Let's upgrade this base a little bit. And we'll see what's up. Can I use this now that I've met that god? Is that what was interesting? I'm pretty sure I was already at the bottom of this lift, but okay. It's kind of weird that I've been to both ends of it and can't activate it, but... Greetings, Inquisitor.
Greetings, Confessor. Have you stopped in for a little chat? How delightful.
Got that tea you wanted. I got you some tea.
Ah, Confessor, this is exactly what I was looking for. How thoughtful of you.
He removes from his belt a tiny metal tea box with some loose tea in the filter, and to your surprise, you notice it already contains boiling water.
If you'd be so kind as to wait a moment, Confessor, I really must let this brew.
You wait for an uncomfortable few minutes in total silence, while the Inquisitor stares at his miniature teapot. Finally, he seems satisfied. He pours the liquid into a cup and takes a sip. He frowns, and is silent a moment.
Confessor, this is... Excuse me.
Damn fine tea.
He takes another sip. I've tried an extraordinary number of teas in my time, and this is one of the best. My wife is going to love it. Please, take this in recompense.
Beads of sweat appear on his forehead, and he seems to be staring at something only he can see. He mutters to himself, damn fine tea indeed. You think it is probably for the best to leave him be. What did he give me? Whatever. Money, probably. Interesting. Total player deaths 1. Ignavius T20, Treasure 3. Region starting, sub-region, world state, game state, player state. Interesting. It's an interesting little data menu. Anyway. Welcome back, Confessor 17. What do you want to know? Tell me about the Inquisition. We are an elite arm of the Apostolic Union, specializing in espionage, intelligence, and counter-worship. You know, to be apostolic is to renounce one's faith. We threw out the shackles of our gods, and the god was from 40 years ago, and the way its forms of societies, lingering threats, putting covenants, looking dark corners union, blah, 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 blah. I regret asking. Tribunal, 100 operatives, plus. Each division of the Inquisition is known as a tribunal, 100 operatives, plus serving prisoners and drones. We have full authority to enforce Union law how we see fit. Very good. I wanted to tell you about the god in the basement. Can I tell you about the god in the basement? What's up with this fortress? Its name is the Blinding Light. It was a god war fortress some 40 years ago, a marvel of Cardovian engineering. That giant cannon blasted voids field through to the heart of many a god. At the height of the Dark Souls, Veloclus procured this fortress, restoring it from a heap of scrap. For the past few years, since the Dark Side Villa has been hiding here. Believe it or not, I've been here before, long ago. It is strange to be back. Bring in a metal coffin. You are not the only member of this tribunal to have betrayed the Apostolic Union. In my former life, I committed heinous crimes. Unlicensed spell weaving, conversing with gods, abetting armed conflict. I could go on. This iron coffin is an honor, a privilege. The pain it delivers, the exquisite torment, sharpens my reason. And it was specially designed to insulate my mind, lest I hear the gods' cruel whispers and forget my penance. So you probably shouldn't know about the god in the basement. Understood. I will keep this secret for now. Let's go up and make a quick upgrade to our facilitas, yes? I believe it was here, was it? Okay, this is the only one I can make, so... Constructing. Okay, so I have to wait for that to happen? Understood. Let's go and take a... Oh, hello, Miss Ghost Lady. Hello again. Bella counts spentless nights here, hunched at her desk by the light of a candle. While the rest of her crew slept, she would pore over sky charts and scour old tomes for shreds of arcane knowledge. Back then, when I was flesh and blood, I thought she was driven by a pure desire to carve out a better world. But in time, I came to think of her as little more than a frightened girl trying to fix something broken inside herself. For there is a thorn in Bella's heart that she cannot remove. Sometimes its maddening scratch pushes her to greatness. Other times it twists her into cruelty and barbarism. The ghost looks into your eyes. Listen, stranger. Whether you wish it or not, you will cross paths with Bella. I see it as clear as day. But what will happen next is a tangle of infinite possibilities, a dark void that swallows any attempt at foresight. If you wish to understand the woman your fate is bound to, seek an old manor that drifts on the northeastern edge of Hallowshire. I will meet you there. How mysterious. Let's take a little nappy loo until the early morning sun. It is already that time period, I see. We shall nap until noon, then. And there we have it. Fully healed and ready to go. Let's teleport back to that little home base we had established. Down below. That didn't use any mana. Sick. And looking out here in the mid-afternoon sun at this bright and beautiful world, we're going to say, that's it for today. Thank you so much to everyone who came into the stream today. Anyone watching the VODs, the videos. This is a very interesting game. I'm really excited to see what more it has to offer. If you're also interested, then, you know, subscribe to the channel. You can pop in anytime I'm live and check things out with me. You know, tell me where to go, what to do. I may or may not listen. Who knows? Until next time, this has been Alex, Alchin, Altoon, whatever the hell you want to call me. And until next time, all I have to say is, well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Until next time, I love you all very much, and I'll see you next time.